Hey up folks, we've got w00t. Not piano. w00t. Playing as the Warlock here on Caldaris Refinery against Daniel Grushin, who's a Tech Marine. Gotta be honest, I really like playing the Tech Marine against Eldar. It's pretty easy. I don't know what it is, if Eldar players these days are just all trash, or something really. There's been like an Imperial revelation. But it just feels to me that bashing the Eldar with the Tech Marine is nice and easy. They feel so squishy, and I don't know, they just feel like they don't have enough units compared to like Orcs or Nids. They always seem easy to control and contend, but we'll see. Daniel Grushin might be thinking this in this case, because w00t is indeed going for the traditional 1-1 opening of Eldar. Only one Guardian and one Banshee. Intending, I suppose, to get the tier 1.5 out nice and quick, which is why he drops the double gens at the start. So that should give him optimal timing for one tier 1.5 unit. We'll see how many he wants. Oh, a little bit late there. That idiot standing out of the cover. Kind of had a bit of a death wish, I suppose. Well, he got it. The Warlock just trying to stall. Not much he can do here against free squads. Now, really, what w00t should have done there is not engage at all. As soon as he's seen that there were free squads here, he should have fleeted away, and he should have stayed maybe down here, so that he can come back out and disrupt these as they cap. It just stalls better. And he could have also seen that they wanted to do a push against the gen farm. So we're getting a bit of a trade here, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest. He's taking this farm here. So what you could have done is you move your Warlock down here. You see that they're all pushing here, whereas my actual instinct would have been that one of them would go cap that. So then you can move your Warlock around and go cap this with a Warlock, and then you can double it up when the Shuriken comes out. Yeah, so like the Warlock type of Tech Marine now, the Shuriken can de-set up the other way, turn around and deal with attacks. But, whatever. It's a pretty good situation for w00t, because he's actually got the full decap over here on the power of Grushin, who should probably get the node here just to have a bit of power income trickling in. He's got the requisition for it, right? If he doesn't want double tax right now, then he should be getting the node over. Yes. So scouts took the mid. Guardians over there. We got a Banshee squad capping. Man, they're all over the place here. But yes, double shurikens for w00t. And that will eventually rout these guys. Okay, needs to refocus before they get out of the Arc of Fire. A little bit slow there from Grushin. He could have got out of the Arc of Fire and stayed in play a bit more, forced off the Warlock, which would have slowed down the capping power for the Eldar. But the more important thing really for Grushin is getting back out and taking his power, which he will be able to do because he's going to have the ASM out at a similar time that all these guys are going to get back to base. So that'll be good for him, but he is definitely behind quite a lot right now. A lot.
We must arm for even crueler war for adding warp generators.
Yeah, so he did note this, which prevents the Warlock from being able to cap it. It would take him half an Eldari lifetime to kill that power node. Long time, boys. No war gear yet on either of the heroes. Do we have aspects? Yeah, aspect of the Banshee, I like that. To be honest, it's mostly in 1v1 for the fleet of foot. Just giving that mobility to your ASM is beautiful. But also, the Psychic Scream can be pretty good if you proc a special against melee squads and then use the Psychic Scream. It's so effective. Because you take the models that got knocked over out of the fight for so long. Yeah, we've got the Banshees rotating to go after the power node, which is logical. Chop, chop, chop. Can they get it before they get forced off? Yeah, easy. It's fair enough for them. Bang, bang. There we go. Awesome. So, lost a model for that, but well worth it for 125. Wreck down the drain and reducing your enemy's power income by an extra 4. Nice split fire positioning here from the Shuriken. Gonna send the Banshees into the Tech Marine. There you go, beating the high-powered shot and not losing a model. Beautiful stuff there. But with the Banshees retreating, it means the ASM can jump in. But he did see it nice. He rotated that very effectively after he forced off the scout. So he's got the head in the game. He's trying to keep this shuriken in play right now so it could rotate and protect the other one. But a little bit too much health gone off of it. He realises that Tax and TM focus firing it could be the end of it. So better to just retreat. We do see scouts capping down this side of the map. Good old high-level scout player being a pain on the side of the map, but of course they couldn't take this one because of the power node. A lot of bleed from w00t actually. Wow, I'm kind of surprised. Where did all his resources go? Well, okay, no, it's not bleed. It's the Merciless Witchblade and the Champion's Robe. So this is tricky now. He should be using his shield. There we go. Bang. No shotguns in play, but they're coming. Shotguns are coming. Yeah, without the shotguns, you're going to have trouble against this kind of thing. With the shotguns, you'll be fine. You remember, you can't knock him over till you get rid of the shield, though. I'd have waited for that reason. Yeah, there wasn't that much energy on the shield left. I'd have just waited. And then use the knockback. High power shot the Banshees. Yep. Still not models, my god. They do turn around and focus fire the Banshees. They get rid of them, which is good because they could have gone onto the gen farm whilst this wall has been annoying. Another nice special attack. Hurting the tactical Space Marines, but not killing them. Bloody Space Marines, man. You just can't kill them, can you? It was a bit questionable, I have to be honest, to commit so hard with the wall up before the rest of his army came out. I would have waited, because now his shurikens aren't going to be very effective, are they? Because the ASM are back in play, and you've just had your Banshees and your wall up retreat, which is precisely what is meant to counter-initiate the ASM. A little bit of misplay there as well, leading with the scouts. Why he did that, I'm not sure. Do they get that model? Wow, they don't. Okay. Yeah, so he just gets pushed off again, does w00t. I really feel like he could have won that fight. A little late on retreating his Guardians as well, and that's going to cost him 2 models. Yep, not good. Yeah, you see, w00t spent a lot of resources there getting both of those upgrades on his Warlock. He's got the upgrade on the Banshees. This is a lot of power investment that would enable him to win this army versus army fight, because there's only very minimal power investment in contrast on the Scouts.
The enemy has targeted us.
But he fucked it up because he sent these tools that he needed in the army versus army fight. He sent them in too early and got them forced off before the army versus army fight. So pretty big tactical error there by w00t, and he's kind of doing it again, running forward with the Warlock. I don't know why. Lead with the Shuriken and then counter-initiate the ASM with the Warlock afterwards. You're fighting ranged units. You don't just walk up with your most important melee piece and let them get a load of free damage onto you. Well, you do if you w00t, but you shouldn't. Okay, so he does have... No, he's not set up. What on earth, w00t? Yeah, this is poor play, man. Right there, he should have... Before he moved the frontal shuriken up, this one should have already been covering it in the rear. So that if it gets jumped, this one's already in play. We just got swift movement as well there. Okay, so he's really trying to catch those tacks who are going to have to retreat because the Banshees are going to be on them. Yeah, and the Banshees are going to go get a bash. Shuriken can go help with that. But Grushin and w00t are both tier 2 right now. Grushin has got the Razorback coming out. Let's see what w00t does with that. So he's nearly got the resources for a Wraith Lord. He has got the resources for a Falcon. Falcon, obviously, pretty good counter to a Razorback. But will he go for it? I don't know. It's always risky against Space Marines who have an ASM squad. Yeah, I wouldn't go for a Falcon against ASM. The Melter Bomb is too scary. You can't really dodge it if they jump in from the side, and then you've got a very slow-moving, fragile vehicle. Better to go for a Wraith Lord with that durability. So that's what he's going to get. He's got 2 Shurikens, so he can make 1 a Bright Lance, and then with a shoulder-mounted Bright Lance on the Wraith Lord, he should be in a pretty good position. But obviously Grushin has lots of tools as well. He's still got ASM, so he can definitely deal with a Bright Lance. But it's a question of what he's going to get for his anti-vehicle. Probably going to save up for a Devastator squad, but we'll see. I mean, you could even drop in Stern Guard, couldn't you? And you could go for like missile launcher. You've got the melter gun as an option with the Tech Marine, but that feels a little bit bad when you've already got the Master Crafted Bolter. But you know, you can kill the vehicle and swap back to the Master Crafted Bolter after. Let's see how it plays out. Razorback obviously entering play right now, forcing off these remaining Eldar remnants. But what's going to happen when he meets the Wraithlord, which already has the Bright Lance? So that Wraithlord is going to be able to walk over and push away the Razorback quite easily. Nice rear armor damage there. Of course, this Razorback doesn't have his upgrade yet. Yeah, just manages to get away. Figured that would happen. It doesn't have the DPS or the range to kill a Razorback normally, and even as you can see when it shows its rear armor, it still should get away fine. So yeah, we see the Devastator squad coming now, so they're going to get a las cannon, and that's going to be the counter to the Wraithlord. I'm not sure if that is optimal, to be honest, because now Woot just goes for like an autark. He's got this dude who can run in and tie it up, and he's got the Banshees which can stay back to deal with the ASM. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the last dev is better than actually going for missile attacks and Stern Guard. I'm not sure. Because you're the Tech Marine, right? If you want the Tech Marine, then no doubt. But because he's the Tech Marine, you could have missile attacks, Stern Guard, and a melter gun, and that should be enough. You've got such powerful, dominating, ranged forces then. I know it's a lot of power, but I feel like as Space Marines you can afford it. But yeah, we'll have to see how the las cannon does. It's going to depend on how well Woot can counter that, of course. How well he can use his Warlock, really, position it correctly. Right now we don't have a Bright Lance, so the Razorback's kind of chilling. It's only the Wraithlord itself that can deal with it. ASM going in, wow, disrupting both shurikens simultaneously right there, but the arc of fire on the las cannon, not the best right now. Oh, what's he doing? He's walked right back into the arc of fire. Focusing the las cannon with a Wraithlord, which is a bit questionable. Just get the Warlock on the las cannon. There goes the melter bomb though. Wow, he's just going to retreat the las cannon? Why? You just snared the Wraithlord with a melter bomb. But just imagine if these guys had the missile launcher right now. Can he get the Razorback? Nah, because of the speed debuff from the melter, he can't.
As would have it.
We just got Aspect Guard just running around to caught the east side of the map there for Woot. What's this? That's Stern Guard and an autark. Ha! Nice. Nice. I like the Stern Guard choice here. That's strong. But what the fuck just happened there? Yo. What aspect gives you that power? God damn, autark. Yeah, doing pretty good here. Let's see. I love this comp from Space Marines. Like where the Space Marines are right now, I'd feel very strong in this position. He's got a lot of really good tools. So much light infantry on the Eldar roster. I mean, literally everything right now gets wrecked by Hellfire rounds. Technically, you would do more damage to the autark and the Warlock with Kraken rounds, but then if they're in cover or in retreat, then Hellfire is better. So just load Hellfire rounds and go to town on these boys. And then, of course, you can swap to your Vengeance rounds when the Wraithlord gets close. Impressed that Woot hasn't felt the need to go for 2 Bright Lances, though that might be a testament to Grushin not really using the Razorback as well as he otherwise could. Lessons the Omnicide gone down, but there, the snare from the las cannon may have saved the Razorback. Was that just a jump? Why are they going into melee? They need to tie up the las cannon. Nothing is dealing with the las cannon right now. Can the shuriken suppress it? Yes, it can. But we only need one more shot from the las cannon. There it comes. Bang. Wraithlord's down. Why did nothing here tie up the las cannon ages ago? And the absolutely insane amount of damage coming out right now. A bit of a misclick. He went for Dragonfire rounds, which are the anti-cover rounds, when he obviously wanted Hellfire rounds there for extra damage on retreat. But it doesn't matter. The Banshees go down regardless, and Woot now is in a very bad situation, even with his lovely VP lead. We have the Bright Lance en route. Nothing responded, Woot says. Well, hey, Dragonfire rounds though. Negating that cover nicely, but the Razorback also can negate it by just driving over that thing. There you go. Razorback proving to be an absolute nightmare, and that's kind of what happens when you can't kill it, because he doesn't have Hollow Field to ambush it with the Wraithlord and the Bright Lance. And of course he kept both of his shurikens with shuriken catapults, or shuriken cannons, rather than Bright Lances. I think the use of the Warlock and the Banshees has been very bad for Woot. I think that's his main downside. He's not manoeuvred them very well. Times when they needed to really just go deep and stop messing around with the ASM, they haven't. And times when they really needed to stay back and guard the shurikens from ASM, they haven't. It's really hurt him. Taxir just running around in 2 models, capping up the map, using that 50% extra cap speed they've got. I like it. I like it. Let's face it, 2 Tax by themselves with bolters. This stage of the game, they're not gonna swing no fights. So yeah, use that extra cap speed. Sure thing. Why not? Woot is going tier 3. I wonder what the play is here. Is he just gonna go for Seer Council and try and overwhelm his enemy with melee, swift movement, melee, heavy melee singing spears?
Enemy Space Marines are claiming a victory objective. The Elder host now wields greater weapons.
Not sure if Fire Prism would be good. The Fire Prism being an artillery vehicle, you kind of want more of a standing army in the first place. Desperately going for the decap there. They get it, but wow, they lose 3 models. I'm not sure that's worth the decap. I mean, Calderis Refinery is one of those maps where the games often get really elongated because it's very hard to touch the enemy's natural. Razorback. I suppose he doesn't know where the Bright Lance is, so he's being wary, which is wise. Let's see what the plan is with the Seer Council. Are we going to get Falshu's Wing? Yeah, we are.
We cannot deliver the armaments at this
Oh!
time.
Why did he cancel that? What's going on? Could get the melter gun, well, the fusion gun, on the Autark. It's basically a melter gun. It's an Eldari melter gun. But yeah, Falshu's Wing, extra damage and extra speed. It would make sense with the Seer Council to buff them up. You've got swift movement global as well, and that could make them really fast. And then they might actually have a chance of catching the Razorback and killing it in melee, which would be kind of crazy. But Grushin is going tier 3. Sees the Seer Council. It could even drop a Vendread. That would be pretty effective. Not often you can say that, but it would be in this case. It's got plenty of AV, so I don't think he needs to be scared of a Fire Prism. Yeah, meet the Razorback, boys. There's a reason this thing is the meta choice in tier 2 for Order Malleus and Space Marines. It's just so good in 1v1 at high level when you can actually micro it. I know we see it fail in low level games quite a lot. When a player's got the micro, it is a pain. But you see all these blue circles here? That is the damage resistance aura against ranged attacks that is provided by the Seer Council. But there's also one that's provided by the Autark, and I believe, well, they should stack. I don't know if they do or not. I think there might have been a bug with it. So I think that might be fixed for the next patch. And it might have already been fixed. Finally, he catches the Razorback there with a Bright Lance. Beautiful. You see, it wasn't the Seer Council themselves that killed the Razorback, but the panic that ensues when the Autark and the Seer Council get deep within your Space Marine lines, and these power melee just monsters flipping all your units around, be it from special attacks or the knockback that comes from their leap. That panic makes you mess up your micro, and then even a high level player will mess up their Razorback micro, and next thing you know, the Razorback is going down. Look at that leap, man. Look at the speed on these guys. Bang, even scouts. Meant to be a melee counter, but they can't contend with that speed. Distort field on these guys too. Let's see, is this a Vendread? Oh no, this will be a reinforced drop pod. Yeah, he lost a lot in that fight. Whew! He lost a lot. ASM coming out with very low HP right now. They need to be careful. Yeah, you do not want to be jumping into that. Maybe if the Seers move away a bit, but all he needs to do is split up his units here. His ranged units can deal with this shuriken. It's very low HP and it's not in cover. Just split them up so they don't all get suppressed by the barrage. You'll be fine.
The enemy has 200 points.
Let's see. So, Grushin did get tier 3. He's gone for Vanguard. Okay, but now that makes him more vulnerable to a fire prism because he doesn't have the melter bomb. So that's the next choice for w00t. Get a nice prism out. To be honest, you could even go for a falcon with a shield and then reinforce your banshees and seers off of it mid-fight. That could be pretty scary. Ooh, nice heal there from the Autarch. Beautiful buff. And Falchu's wing as well. Yeah, wow. These Eldar are absolutely marauding the Space Marines in melee. Grushin really needs a Vendread. That big AoE Emperor's Fist and the inspiration to buff all the range damage every time he kills, the Vendread kills a Banshee. That would be huge right now for Grushin. But that's precisely why the Fire Prism is a really good choice for w00t. Does he even have the pop for it? I think he just has the pop. What are they, 18 pop? Or are they 15? Yeah, that'd be huge. That'd be awesome. Get a prism, you can poke away at the Vendread then from afar, and if he's blobbing up like this, you just turn disperse mode on, you'll get a lot of damage in. Not sure these upgrades were really needed on the Guardians, he's not really using them for combat once, and let's face it, against this kind of shit, they're not going to do a lot. Guardians are more for trading with other Eldar, or going toe-to-toe with some Orcs. So the problem for w00t is it's kind of tricky, it's micro-intensive, and it requires good positioning to hold ground right now because he obviously has a melee-based composition, not a ranged one. So he has to be tricky with where he engages. You see there the natural pathing. The Seers wanted to walk this way, but he had to tell them to go back and walk around because he didn't want to risk getting shot by all these fuckers, which would have hurt.
We trust in your guidance.
This could be a good grenade. Oh, he did grenade? Wow. That would have been a beautiful grenade. That would have wiped them. They didn't react in time, and now these units have got forced off. Strange. So I'm not sure what's going on here with w00t. He seems a bit confused. He's let his gem farm get bashed by a Lasdev, which is quite poor. The Guardians could have dealt with that. Oh my god, the Guardian's getting fucking wrecked right now. Holy shit, look at this range damage. Wow. Remember that the Warlock being there in the Guardian squad makes them take 20% less range damage as well, and they still got melted. Obviously, a big factor there is the mark target ability, making them take 40% more damage. Oh, Lasdev's got killed. Oh, he went for another Wraith Lord. Ooh. Well, the Vendread is an obvious play. But maybe at this point, Grushin wants a Land Raider Redeemer. That's so risky when he's only got 76 VPs, though. I really think a Vendread is the way. Does he have the red for it? Yeah, it can't be more than 350 red. I don't know how much it is, but... Oh wow, he's committing to the Shuriken Cannon as well. That's bad for w00t. It's going to make a Vendread so good. How often do I get to say a Vendread would be good? Never, guys. I feel like I'd never say that. Oh, he was a little late on calling it in. If that is the Vendread, it's not going to be in the right position. Yeah, he gets it, but... Oh, let's see. They're moving back towards the Vendread to go for the Vanguard. Nah, he can't get the big Emperor's Fist. Oh, and there's a Bright Lance in the back. Oh, no. Whoa. He's crushed a few Eldar on the charge, but And This Shall None Have Fear is not quite good enough in this instance. These guys are... This Sick Council has just been amazing. Level 2, and now it's getting the Empowered Singing Spears. They just killed the Tech Marine. Now they've got more damage, and speed, and a HP regen. Holy shit. Is the Merciless Witchblade draining energy off the Vendread? I didn't know that was a thing. Oh my god, it is. Oh wow, so now it can't use Emperor's Fist. Oh wow. Oh no. Well, there goes the Vendread. The Seers are just going to kill it. What are they doing? Yeah, hunt it, man. Wow, Merciless Witchblade. I did not know that it drains energy off vehicles. You don't really see that interaction very often. That is Interesting.
As it was foreseen.
Wow, it's gonna live. My god, it's so tanky with Blessings Beyond the Circle, right? Jesus. No Power Fist on the Vanguard. So the Wraithlord should just turn around and beat them up. Wraithlord? What are you doing? Wants to get them to do attacks, I guess? They're exchanging jumps, flying past one another. Imagine if they could swing in melee while they're in midair near one another. It's like some fucking medieval jousting. What is going on? Woot is losing his positioning completely here. He's alright, he's got Banshees coming out to the mid. Ah, there you go, Stoicism has been activated on the Dreadnought. They got him with a Bright Lance. Yeah, the positioning there just wasn't quite what he needed on the Dread. He needed the Dread earlier, he called it in too late, his melee was already compromised. Obviously, what the whole idea is you have the Dread sat right in between your Stern Guard and your attacks. So when the melee units come in, you can hit them with Emperor's Fist. And then you focus the Banshees intentionally, because you'll kill the models faster. And then you proc Inspiration. And when you're buffing the damage on Stern Guard, your Tech Marine, your Vanguard, and then you drop Mark Target on the Seers, you will actually kill them. You know? And then Vanguard jump the Bright Lance. Yeah. Well, it didn't happen, and that's probably going to be the end of that one. No Stern Guard. And they're in melee with Seers, so GG. Oh, it's a good game, man. I'm really impressed with the Seer Council. Seer Council and Fortune's Wing, there you go. Adding an Autarch for even more range damage resistance, and don't underestimate the jump on the Autarch. It isn't just for getting into melee with setup teams and that kind of thing, but it buffs nearby Eldar's speed, damage, and heals them. And you've seen some of them heals were kind of chunky. They were pretty good. So really nice to see this Warlock style melee build of Eldar overwhelm the Space Marines. And the Wraithlord, yeah, good choice in tier 3, the tier 3 Wraithlord, yeah. Just keep overwhelming them with more and more melee. Hope you enjoyed that one, folks. That's going to be all for your boy Torpid this time. I am signing out.